बोलिए।
संतव्यम् आसमुदिभिः हतबन्धु सुचरिता भूतेषु कालस्य गतिं दर्शयान प्रतिक्रियाम्।
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Swami Sri Prabhupada. Citing the stringent laws of the Almighty and their reactions upon living beings, Lord Shri Krishna and the Munis began to pacify those who were shocked and affected. Purport. The stringent laws of nature, under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cannot be altered by any living entity. Living entities are eternally under the subjugation of the Almighty Lord. The Lord makes all the laws and orders, and these laws and orders are generally called dharma, religion. No one can create any religious formula. Bona fide religion is to abide by the orders of the Lord. The Lord's orders are clearly declared in Bhagavad Gita. Everyone should follow Him, only are His orders. And that will make all happy, both material and spiritually. As long as we are in the material world, our duty is to follow the orders of the Lord. And if by the grace of the Lord we are liberated from the clutches of the material world, then in our liberated stage also, we can render transit loving service unto the Lord. In our material stage, we can see neither ourselves nor the Lord for want of spiritual vision. But when we are liberated from material affection and are situated in our original spiritual form, we can see both ourselves and the Lord face to face. Mukti means to be reinstated in one's original spiritual status after giving up the material conception of life. Therefore, human life is specifically meant for qualifying ourselves for this spiritual liberty. Unfortunately, under the influence of illusory material energy, we accept this spot life of only a few years as our permanent existence, and thus become illusioned by possessing so-called country, home, land, children, wife, community, wealth, etc., which are false representations created by Maya. And under the dictation of Maya, we fight with one another to protect these false possessions. By cultivating spiritual knowledge, we can realize that we have nothing to do with all this material paraphernalia. Then at once we become free from material attachment. This clearance of the misgivings of material existence at once takes place by association with Lord's devotees, who are able to inject the transcendent sound into the depths of the bewildered heart, and thus make one practically liberated from all lamentation and illusion. That is summary of the pacifying measures for those affected by the reaction of stringent material laws, exhibited in the forms of birth, death, old age and disease, which are insoluble factors of total existence. The victims of war, namely the family members of the Kurus, were lamenting the problems of death, and the Lord pacified them on the basis of knowledge. Text number 1. We read of Suta Vacha Atate Samparetana Swanam Udatam Ichchata Datum Sakrishna Gangaya Puraskutya Yayukstiyaha. Suta Goswami said, thereafter, the Pandavas, desiring to deliver water to the dead relatives who had desired it, went to the Ganges with Draupadi. The ladies walked in front. To date, it is the custom in Hindu society to go to the Ganges or any other sacred river to take bath when death occurs in the family. Each of the family members pours out a potful of the Ganges water for the departed soul and walks in a procession with the ladies in the front. Pandavas also followed the rules more than 5,000 years ago. Lord Krishna, being a cousin of the Pandavas, was also amongst the family members. Iti niniyodhakam sarve vilapya cha krushamnaha apluta hari padapcha rajatmuta sarijjale. Having lamented over them and sufficiently offering water, they bathed in the Ganges, whose water is sanctified due to being mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Tatrashinam Kurupatim Ratrastram Sahanjam Gandharim Putra Shokartham Kutam Krishnam Cha Madhavaha. There sat the king of the Kurus, Maharaj Yudhishthira, along with his younger brothers and Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti and Draupadi, all overwhelmed with grief. Lord Krishna was also there. The battle of Kurukshetra was fought between family members, and thus all affected persons were also family members like Maharaj Yudhishthira and brothers Kunti, Draupadi, Subhadra, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari and her daughters-in-law, etc. All the principal dead bodies were in some way or other related with each other, and therefore the family grief was combined. Lord Krishna was also one of them as a cousin of the Pandavas and nephew of Kunti, as well as brother of Subhadra, etc. The Lord therefore was equally sympathetic towards all of them, and therefore he began to pacify them repeatedly. Text number 5. Sadayitva ajatashatro samrajyam hitavairhrutam Katayitva sato rajana rajna achasparsha shatayushaha. The clever Duryodhana and his party cunningly usurped the kingdom of Yudhishthira, who had no enemy. By the grace of the Lord, the recovery was executed, and the unscrupulous kings who joined with Duryodhana were killed by him. Others also died, their duration of life having decreased for their rough handling of the hair of Queen Draupadi. Om Jnanatimudasya
Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Nena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamaya Karali Swamayantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttamadhamam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sadhanatam Sadhana Raghunatam Vritam Nasajeevam Sadhaitam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Rama Krishna Parama Sadhana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanuste
भवभयश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च
पतितानां
जय
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
अंग्रेजी लेक्चर है, समझ में आता है? हाँ? Hare Krishna. So today we are starting a new chapter, prayers by Queen Kunti. But right now, introduction. So after the Kurukshetra war was over, millions and millions of people have been killed in Kurukshetra war, and most of them belong to Kuru dynasty. इसका निकाल दो, होते हैं. जय निकाल दो. It is compulsory to do lost rights. Otherwise, it's called those people who die, like drowning in the ocean, falling from the hill, where dead bodies are not found. Right? So it is very bad for them. It's bad for the soul if the last rites are not performed. So according to the instructions of Lord Krishna, the last rites of all the departed souls are being performed on the bank of Ganges. We are discussing about Kurukshetra, this Mahabharata on Friday lectures. Please tune in to on Friday lectures. Draupadi Vasra just now finished. You are here? So it is mentioned because they have roughly handled the heads of Draupadi. All this happened. Right? All this happened. And especially Bhimsen, he killed all the 100 sons of Maharaj Dhritarashtra and Nanda. All the 100 sons. Especially Dushasana and Duryodhana. He wanted to spare one son. What is his name? Vikarna. So once Vikarna was fighting with Bhimsen, said, Anuj, I don't want to kill you because you are the only one who supported in Kurukshetra. Right? Please go away. You can't fight with me. Vikarna said, that time that was just, that nyaya. This time, as an enemy, I should fight with you. I don't mind getting killed. I know that I can't fight with you. You are too strong. Somebody who can kill Dushasana. I can understand how strong you are. It's okay. So Bhimsen very feeling very sorry to kill him, but very sad. But still he had to kill him. That is the other side of being a Kshatriya. Like that. Then, so Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they were very grief-stricken. All of you know the story, right? When Dhritarashtra, Pandavas, they wanted to meet Dhritarashtra. All of you know? You know? You know? What happened? He wanted to kill Bhimsen. Like that. So, it was so, all the 100 sons were killed by Bhimsen. Like, then on the other side, Kunti Maharani also was grieving for Abhimanyu and Karna. Abhimanyu and Karna. So, then Subhadra for Uttar Kumar, Uttara and her brother, she is grieving for Uttar Kumar and her husband Abhimanyu. Then Vyasadeva came. So he was specifying all of them. They were highly grief-stricken. They requested Vyasadeva that we want to see all the dead sons once again. Hey, Ramarupa, क्या है? हाँ? क्या चाहिए? तो लेक्चर बंद कर दें हम आप लोगों को प्रश्न के लिए. And now this incident is explained to show the greatness of the author of Mahabharata, Vyasadeva. You know. Then he said, "You want to see?" Then he took all of them inside. He said, "Please enter Ganga. Please enter Ganga." And then they all entered into Ganga. And to their shock, there is a huge thing. And then all the departed souls, Duryodhana, Dushasana, all the brothers, Abhimanyu, Karna, all of them very well dressed in heavenly bodies. They were sitting on singhasanas like that. So Vyasadeva introduced all of them. They came and they again met again. All the departed souls, they met again. All the Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and all of them. Then they were amazed. Then they were all pacified in one way that they are well placed. Because they have attained Virgati. Virgati. Of course, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, they all became liberated. Later on, they must have been liberated. But according to Mahabharata, they attained Virgati. So there is something called Veera Swarga. There is one Swarga, and then there is one Trishanku Swarga, and there is this Veera Swarga, where all the heroes who fight in the battlefield according to Dharma, and they die, and they attain Veera Swarga, like that. So then, that's how it is. This same thing happened with Devaki's sons also. He requested, Devaki and Vasudeva, they requested that I want to see all those dead sons. So Prabhupada says, why this thing happened, Like Pandavas, they are suffering so much. Devaki and Vasudeva, they are losing their 6 dead sons. Kunti losing. All this happened. Why Krishna did that, Right? Like there is one verse, Yatra dharma suto rajan, gadapani mrugodara, Krishna stri gandivam chapa, tato Krishna, ato Krishna, tato vipar. Suhrit Krishna, tato vipar. He said, where there is personified dharma, Yudhishthira Maharaj there. Where there is Gadapad, Sarvasreshta Gadadhar, Bhima was there. Where Gandividhari, Arjuna was there. Where the well-wisher of Pandavas, Krishna is there. Still Pandavas had to suffer so much. And Prabhupada says, that is the power of Kala. Kala doesn't spare anybody, completely impartial. And then another form of Kala is, another form of Krishna is Kala. Kala says, as Kala, Krishna is completely impartial. He did not spare Abhimanyu, he did not spare Devaki's sons. That is very strict. So, why it is like that? Why Krishna did that? Any guess?
To make them tolerant. To make them tolerant for future.
Why did he do that?
Increase their love, attachment.
Increase.
The more the troubles come, the more they will be glorified, and in every dangerous situation, they will remember Krishna and pray for him.
Yeah, very good. Krishna wanted to show, even if your own mother, Krishna's Bhai Bandhu, material world is like that. Material world means
Suffering.
Suffering.
Suffering. All of you know, all of you Grihasthas, in the beginning you have engagement ring. After that, wedding ring. Right? You show everybody. Real diamond. Right? You show everybody. Then after 2 years, suffering.
Suffering.
Suffering. Like that. Right? You don't want to show it. Saruchi. Like that. So, Krishna wanted to show that even if you become a mother of Krishna, even if you become a Bhuva of Krishna, you will have to suffer in this material world. Prabhupada gave a very beautiful example. This verse is from 6th canto, I think 17th chapter, 21st chapter. या गुण प्रवाहो एतस्मिन् का शाप कौन अनुग्रह वा का स्वर्ग नरको वा का सुख कौन दुःखो वा in the flow of Guna Pravaha Etasne. In this flow of three modes of nature, what is blessing? What is a curse? What is Swarga? What is Naraka? What is happiness? What is distress? They are all, sometimes happy, sometimes distress. It is a flow, of things. Nothing is permanent in this world. Right? So Prabhupada gave a very beautiful example. Suppose you were thrown into a mine of salt. What do you experience? Huh?
Bitterness.
If you are thrown into a mine of salt, what do you experience? Only saltiness, right? You won't get any sweet experience. Only salty, everywhere salt, salt, salt. In the same way, this world, Prabhupada says, Dukkhalayam Ashashritam. If you are thrown into this world, only thing you experience is
Suffering.
suffering. Then what is happiness? Relief from distress. Sometimes there is a Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this example. One king is trying to punish a criminal. He was taken into a river and then he was drowning him, putting him into the water. He is crying, save me, save me, save me, save me. And then for some time he was taken out. Then he is feeling a relief. And again they put him. Like that, all the time we are suffering. Sometimes
Free from distress.
relief.
Relief from distress.
Mayadevi is whipping us all the time. And sometimes Mayadevi doesn't whip us. In that time we are thinking
Happy.
happy. Right? So, if you want, there is one beautiful verse in 4th canto, 24th chapter. Pravrittimcha nivrittimcha pitudevaya karmane namo adharma vipakaya dukkave vritya hetave. Krishna, Lord Shiva, this is Rudra Gita. Lord Shiva is describing Krishna as Pravrittaya Nivrittaya Pitru Devaya Chakarmani Namo Adharma Vipakaya. Krishna is the one who gives results of our irreligious activities. Adharma Vipakaya. And then he is the one who gives Nrutyave Dukkha Hetare. He is the one who gives us death. And he is the one who gives us distress. And he is the one who gives happiness also. Distress, happiness, everything. Krishna only gives. Right? So, that is the scene. And then the departed souls, after the Ganja, they offered Ganges water to the departed souls. And later on, Krishna, Vyasadeva, Vasishtha Muni, all of them, they have come and pacified Santavayam. Right? So one thing in the purport Prabhupada mentions is stringent laws of material nature. If you perform one activity we have to suffer or enjoy for 100 lifetimes. One activity. The cycle goes on, you know. You slap somebody and that person comes and slaps you in the next life. And again you slap. Like that 100 lifetimes it goes on. This is called stringent laws of material nature. Answer. There is one very, very beautiful lady born in a Brahmin family. Very beautiful. Somehow, her husband is a very sadhu admi, great person. Sometimes some women, they don't like. They want, sometimes they want some ruffians or sadhu. Some women, they become attracted. There is one guy, you know, gangster, Abu Salim. Abu Salim, huh?
Salim.
Huh?
Abu Salim.
Abu Salim. क्या attraction है उसमें? That there is one lady lawyer, she is representing him. She became attracted to him, and then she married to that guy when he is in jail. क्या बात है? There is one more lady, Mamata क्यों करनी है? She, huh? Daud Ibrahim. Mamata क्यों करनी है? Huh? Mandakini. Even Mamata Kulkarni also.
Abu Salim was Monica Bedi.
Yeah.
Mandakini.
Anyway, why? They, how can you imagine? You know, becoming attracted to gangsters, getting people killed and all. Anyway, so this lady, she left her very good husband, sadhu husband. She is married to some ruffian. Brahmin lady. Then somehow she was living with him, and then she started eating meat, non-veg. One day, in the middle of the night, she developed a desire for eating mutton. Actually, we are all very, very, very fortunate. Prabhupada's blessings we have. That is why we are vegetarian. Otherwise, in Mahabharata, Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Vishwadev, what is the greatest austerity, tapasya, tapas karya? What is the greatest austerity a person can perform? Vishwadev promptly replied, giving up eating meat. Yudhishthira Maharaj was shocked. Is it? He said, yeah. Vishwadev said, very difficult to give up. And drinking alcohol. These two things, very difficult. Vishwadev says, for all other sins, there is a prashchitta, easily done, can be easily done. You can get over. You know what is prashchitta? Atonement. Atonement. But for these two activities, you will have to suffer, and then a lot. One is drinking alcohol, another is Guru Kalpaga, as having illicit relation with a spiritual master's wife. Previously, Grahasthas only, sannyasis, they were not becoming gurus. Only Grahasthas are becoming gurus, in Gurukuls and all. And the boys, they used to stay and study. Sometimes the Guru Patni is very young. Very young. Then sometimes a student and the Guru Patni are having an affair. That is called Guru Talpaga. Then having illicit connection with the Brahmin's wife and the king's wife. These are called Guru Talpaga. Means one should not associate illicitly with a person of worshipable character, worshipable person, king, Brahmana, teacher. These are Guru Talpaga. Anyway, what is the result of giving up eating meat? Huh? One will be born as a very beautiful person in the next life. If you give up eating meat, if you don't become perfect, that's what will happen to us. Our mischievous are Mr. World. So she went behind, where goats are, hide. She took a talwar. Then she, in the middle, that time, lights and all, they are not there so much. She killed one animal. Then when she brought it, she understood it. She killed a cock. Instead of killing a goat, she killed a cock. Right? Some people are very fond of cock meat, Dalai Lama. He is a Buddhist, but he is fond of cock meat. कैसा बुद्धिस्ट है? Then at that time she started. Then she realized her mistake. She realized her mistake. Then immediately she said, Shankara, Shankara. Prabhupada says, taste bud, is very, very difficult, very difficult. Very difficult to give up eating, desire for eating. And that is right. But still, she could not resist. She cooked cow meat and then ate. This is from Padma Purana. Later on, in the next life, she took birth in a family of so many children. Very ugly girl. Very ugly. बोलते हैं दिन में देखा तो रात में सपने में आएगा, ऐसा बोलते हैं। हमारा प्रभु जी जैसा गोरा नहीं है, उत्तराखंड से एकदम। She's so ugly. People used to be scared, afraid to see her. Then after some time, after taking birth, after a few years, she became blind also. She became blind also. People are, you see, right, so many people are suffering on the streets with very bad bodies and so many diseases. This is the result of this kind of activities. So the family, society, everybody ostracized her. Then, so she was crying all the time, not getting food and not getting water, not getting. Just for one mistake, killing a cow. Suffering so much. But somehow or other, some people were going to Gokarna. Somebody suggested, you also go. So she accompanied all of them to Gokarna. On Shivaratri day, they reached Gokarna. Then that family, that people who are going to Gokarna, they were abandoned her in Gokarna. Said, now we cannot take care of you. Look after yourself. So, after suffering so much, she reached Gokarna on Shivaratri day. On Shivaratri day, she fasted. And then, so she died only there. Because she chanted Shankara. In spite of all the sufferings, she could reach Gokarna. Later on, she got a good body because she fasted on Shivaratri day and she died in Gokarna. She got a better body. All that story. So, Prabhupada, in the purport, Prabhupada wrote, stringent laws of material nature. None of us can escape. We should not think, nobody is watching me doing all these things. Karma will catch up with us one day or another. So we have done so many activities and then we planted the seeds and then it takes some time for the seed to fructify and become a tree, and then after some time the tree will give the fruit. In the same way, all our karmas, they keep getting fructified. When it becomes a tree, it gives a fruit in the form of some disease, some suffering, loss of wealth, right? Somebody is doing very nice business and suddenly, you can't even, inconceivable reasons, you can't even conceive. Something happens and then there is a big loss. Have you experienced Kandevalji? Suddenly they are many times. It's a cycle, And then suddenly some family member gets some horrible disease. So many ways, First aa jata hai. Sometimes happiness also comes. So these are stringent laws of material nature, which nobody can escape. So Duryodhana and all, they thought Pandavas were defeated. They became like slaves. Draupadi is very nisahaya, helpless. We can insult her. When Jayadratha was trying to kidnap Draupadi, Draupadi said the same thing. In Kurusabha, Duryodhana and Dushasan, they thought, I am helpless. They can exploit me. But they were not successful. Same thing will happen to you. Don't do that. Then all of them, they कुत्ते को मौत मारा था, right? ऐसा बोलते हैं ना? आजकल बोल नहीं सकते कुत्ते का मौत. There are so many dog lovers. I did program in Adani. They have given me warning. Don't speak about pets. There are everywhere so many pets. So you cannot call pet, a dog. कुत्ता नहीं बोल सकता, पता है? You know? हाँ? कुत्ता को कुत्ता नहीं बोल सकते, हाँ? हाँ? Disrespect to dog. I was shocked, अरे कुत्ता को कुत्ता नहीं बोलेगा तो क्या बोलेगा? नहीं, pet. You have to call it pet. So कुत्ता का बात. हाँ? Prabhupada writes in 30 chapter, 10th kind of Bhagavatam. In this whole universe, Krishna is the only independent personality. Only Krishna has independence. Everybody, including Baladev, are dependent. If you know this, you are completely Krishna conscious person. What?
Only Krishna in this world
Yeah?
is real. Other all are dependent.
Only Krishna is the
Independent.
he only has complete independence. Everybody else is
Dependent.
even Mahavishnu, Prabhupada writes. Mahavishnu, Lord Shiva, even Baladev also, they are dependent on Krishna. If you know this fact, you are completely
Krishna conscious.
Krishna conscious. 10th canto, 13th chapter, Brahma Vimohan Leela. Brahmaji steals the calves and the covered boys. That is the chapter name. That is Krishna consciousness. So, when Ajamila was saved by Vishnudutas, Yamadutas, they were very frustrated. And they come back to Yamaraj and they complain that in this world, how many controllers are there? If there are 2 controllers, how can the justice be passed? Be delivered? We thought you are complete the supreme controller. You are complete supreme controller. But first time we have seen your order was not followed. Hey, क्या है बेटा? So, they said, then Yamaraj asked, what happened? What happened? You know, this guy, Ajamila, he performed so many sinful activities. We went to punish him, we went to bring him. Then suddenly, seeing us, Ajamila became very afraid. As soon as Ajamila chanted Narayana, and immediately 4 Siddha Purushas, they use this word, Siddha Purushas, perfect persons. They came and they forbade us to take Ajamila and they chastised us. And they gave a long lecture on the glories of the holy name. Right? Vishnu Das, have you read the chapter? I explained this chapter in Bhivandi. All the verses I explained. Vishnu Das, they spoke. Then as soon as Yamaraj heard, first time after a long time, Yamaraj heard the holy name of Narayana in the assembly of Yamatu in Loka. And then he felt very blissful. Narayana's name is chanted. And then they are explaining. So Prabhupada writes that Yamadutas wanted that they want to bring Vishnudutas in front of Yamaraj, and then they wanted that Yamaraj should punish them. Punish them. Like that. And Yamaraj, he said, like many of people, you are also committing mistake, thinking that I am the supreme controller. Above all of us, Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva, and myself, and above all of us, there is one supreme controller, supreme personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. He is like Otam Protam. You know what is Otam Protam? Huh? Which नहीं जानते आप? Otam Protam. Otam Protam means in a cloth, straight threads are there, cross threads are there. That becomes cloth. Straight ones. So he says Krishna is Otam Protam of this universe, completely all pervading. Straight and cross.
We call it warp and weft. We call it warp and weft. It's warp and weft. Warp and weft. That's a type. This is the first time I'm hearing another version of warp and weft.
Otam Potam. A farmer controls a bull by putting the rope through the nostrils and that controls the bull. Okay? Controls the bull. In the same way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, controls all living entities through Vedic teachings, Vedic words. Everybody has to follow his orders. Nobody has independence. Another verse, or this Purutrasura says that loke sapalo yasyemi swasanti vasati vivashaha vijayeva shicha baddha sakala yakkarana. There is no need for you to check the verse. So, Ratrasura is saying that a person has as much independence as a bird caught in a net. Vijayeva Shicha Bandha. How much independence a bird has?
No independence.
Huh?
Zero.
Huh? Very little. It is caught in a net. Very little. That much independence only we have. Vasate vivashaha. We are actually helplessly caught in this body without any independence. But we are thinking, no, I am independent, I am this, I am that. No, zero independence we have. We only have a desire, independence to desire. And everything is carried out by the material nature. Yatha darumai nari, yatha patramaya mrugam, evam bhutani magavan, isha tantrani viddivo. Like a doll made of a wood, darumai nari, like a woman made of wood. Patramaya mrugam, a animal made of patra, leaves, controlled by the string that is attached to them by the puppeteer. And then the puppeteer controls. Like that, Isha Tantrani Viddigo, we are all controlled, he says. What I am speaking is very important because we don't have any independence. We should know that. We should simply follow the orders. That's what I am coming to. No independence. Right? It is mentioned. Then Yamaraj is saying that Mahendra, Nairutis, Marutganas, Sadhyakas, then Vashu, Ashtavashus, then 12 Adityas. All of them, even though we are situated in mode of goodness and free from mode of passion and ignorance, still we cannot understand the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. Okay? Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, all of us, even though we are situated in mode of goodness, we cannot understand the activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. And Krishna is completely independent and is perfect. And his associates also are as perfect as Krishna. Like that. Once Shankaracharya was going in Srirangam along with his disciples. Shankaracharya, Srirangam. And then one disciple saw one Jyoti going up in the sky. Jyoti. Then disciple asked, Guru Maharaj, what is that Jyoti going up? You don't know. The soul has left body in Shirma. Now he has become equal to Vishnu, attained 4 hands. He will sleep on, he will ride on Garuda. Yes, he will have Shankachakra Dada Padma. He is as good as Vishnu now. Right? Vishnu Dutas. Prabhupada writes, how many people work under you, Sushil? Huh? 20. कंडेल वाले आप कितने लोग काम करते हैं? 100. Will you share your opulence with them? Your opulence with your wealth. You go around in Mercedes Benz car, right? Will you give Mercedes Benz car? Will you give? Huh? How much percentage you give? of your wealth to them.
Fraction.
Huh?
Fractional.
Fractional.
Right? But Prabhupada writes in second canto, 6th chapter, in the material world, the masters, even though they are pleased with their servants, they don't share their opulences, their everything with them. But Krishna is such a master, he shares all his opulences equally with his servants. They become as opulent as Krishna. Except two things, he gives everything to them. What? Or two things. One is Lakshmi Devi, another is ability to create material worlds. These two opulences Krishna doesn't share with his servants. What are they?
Lakshmi Devi and
Huh?
Lakshmi Devi and
Creation of
The ability to
create material world.
create. Otherwise, he shares his Vaikuntha. He gave Vaikuntha planet to Dhruv Maharaj, whole star. And that's what so don't mess with Vishnu Dutas again. You are thinking, that you will bring them and I will punish. They are right. You want to become as good as opulent as Vishnu? I will give you one formula. You want to take up? Yada kaman manavo manasi sthitan tarihi eva pundarikaksha bhagavattaya kalpate. This is from 7th canto, 10th chapter. Right? What is that? Vimunchanti yada kaman manavo manasi sthitan tarihi eva pundarikaksha bhagavattaya kalpate. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, when Lord Nrsimhadev came, then he was asking again and again, Prahlad Maharaj, my dear Prahlad, my darshan that you got should not be wasted. Ask some benediction. Okay? Ask some benediction. Then Prahlad Maharaj refused. He said, I am not a merchant. Namitate akila guru, gateta karunatmana, yasya ashisha asasto, asabhrutya savai vanik. I am not a merchant, vanik. I am not a merchant. I have sold some good, I will get some profit. I have given you some tenkai, this coconut, I will get something. Right? Like that. So, then he says, Yadi dasyasti me kaman, varam spam varadarshava, kamanam bhriti asamroham, bhavatastu runimana. My dear Lord, if at all you want to give me any benediction, give me one benediction. Please, from the core of my heart, remove all material desires, all kama. Kamanam hridaya samroham. In the core of my heart, there is some, any kama is there. Outside there is kama. But in the core of my heart, if there is any kama, please remove it. Yadi dasyasi me kama, varam spam varadarshava, kamanam hridaya samroham, bhavatastu vinayamana. Please learn this verse, 7th canto, 10th chapter. Then he says, Vimunchanti yada kama manavo manasi sthitan tarihi eva pundarikaksha bhagavattaya kalpate. My dear Lord, those persons who give up all material desires and in the mind, that is produced by mind, one who gives up all material desires, My dear Lord, O Pundarikaksha, they will become as opulent as you. Locha, if you go and ask Narayana, any material desire, that my daughter should get married, my son should get a job, that means you are missing there. You see the point? बहुत बड़ा लोचा है. Right? Don't go and ask others anything material. You get me a job, nice resident, all the problems should be solved. बीमारी चला जाना चाहिए. Give up all material desires. What will happen?
You will become opulent like Krishna.
Huh? Vijay ji, what will happen? So intelligent, Prahlad Maharaj. That's why Prabhupada says, borrow intelligence from Prahlad Maharaj. Tistamaya divi vibho bhagavishnupanam ayushri vaibhavam ichchasi yanjanoyim yasmita pita kupita hasa vijrumpitam guru vispujite nilitra satke nirasta tasmad amus hamashratnyum ayushri vaibhavam aindrat avirincha nechamite vivitam guru vikramasya tachatmani upanayam tabubhritti sangha. These two gem-like verses from 7th to 9th chapter. He said, my dear Lord, this Tamaya, I have seen with my own eyes. Are you, long lifespan, Shriya, beauty, Vaibhavam, opulence, right? Ayushri Vaibhavam. All these demigods, they desire, they have all these things. And people desire all these things. What is that? Ayu, long lifespan. Ayushri Vaibhavam. Then Shri, beauty. And then opulence, wealth, all this. My father occupied all of them. He got so many riches. He is the controller of all the three planetary systems, leaving aside except Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. Everybody is controlling. Such a person, my dear Lord, you came. Yasmita pita kupita hasa vijrumpita bru. When my father used to raise his eyebrows, all these demigods used to shake in fear. Such a powerful personality, my dear Lord, in 1 minute you finished him off. 1 minute. Then you are sitting here and asking me, what do you want? You ask me something. I am not a fool. If I become rich like my father, then I become proud of my rich. That is the directly proportionate, Prabhupada says. As much riches you have, that much pride you will develop. And that much insult you will do to sadhus. Right? They think that, sometimes we go meet some guys, they keep us waiting, hours together. They are so proud, they don't understand. Sadhu has come, let me meet, send him off. No, wait. In Andheri, there is one very famous company, it is, I forgot now. Very big man. He used to come in the papers also. I was going to that time, nowadays I am very lucky, I don't have to go. But that time I used to go around so much, collecting money. So I went and waiting. So I was waiting. मीटिंग साहब किधर है, मीटिंग में है. Then finally he gave me a check, 18,888. कुछ तो गलती किया उन्होंने, चेक पास नहीं किया, बाउंस हो गया था. मैंने गाली दे रहा था, दस के रात में. इतना वेटिंग करने के बाद कुछ चार्ट नहीं आया. When I went to collect a new check, पता चला दीवाना हो गया. फ्रॉड किया था, रेड मारा, खत्म, सब कुछ खत्म. अरे बाबा, ये दिस ईडी पीपल आर, I have seen some of my members, they completely finish you out. They freeze their accounts. Anyway, तो खत्म हो जाएगा, 1 minute ऑपुलेंस खत्म. So, anyway, so Prahlad Maharaj is saying, my dear Lord, I don't want anything. So what do you want? I want association of pure devotees. Tasyatmani, Nijabhritya Sangha. Your servants Sangha I want. Anyway, let me close by saying these 2 verses. Then Yamaraj is instructing, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam, navai vidur, rashayo napi devaha, nasiddha mukya, asura manushya, kono vidyadara charanayaha. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. That is quoted in the purport. That's why Prabhupada quoted this verse. This dharma is directly given by Krishna. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Nobody knows what is dharma. Neither rishis, devas, napi deva, rishayo napi deva, nasiddha mukya, perfected beings, nasiddha mukya, manushya, human beings, Asura, then Vidyadhara, Charanas, nobody knows what is Dharma. Dharma is directly given by Krishna. They are the orders of the Lord Krishna. Dharma, what is Dharma? Orders. Prabhupada says, that is given in Bhagavad Gita. What is Dharma? Is given in Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada then, Yamaraj is saying, Swayambhu Narada Shambhu. How many of you know this verse? You know, Sujata? Swayambhu Narada Shambhu, Kumaro Kapilo Manu, Pralado Janako Bhishmo, Valir Vaiyasaki Vayam, Vadasito Vijaniyam, Dharman Bhagavatam Bhata, Dharmam, what is it? Guhyam, Vishuddham, Durbodham, Yajnatva, Amritamasvate. Please learn these verses. This is the 6th and the 3rd chapter. There are 12 personalities who know Dharma. Who are they? Swayambhu, Brahma, Narada, Shambhu, Lord Shiva, Kumaras, Kumara, 4 Kumaras, Kapila, Lord Kapila, Kumara, Janaka, Janaka, then Bhishma, Pralado, Janaka, Bhishma. Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu, Swayambhu Manu, Pralada, Janaka Maharaj, Bhishma Dev, Bali Maharaj, Vaiyasaki, Sukadeva Goswami, right? Vaiyasaki? Huh? No, Yamaraj, Vaiyasaki, Vayam. Only Vaiyasaki Vayam. Vaiyasaki means, I think, Yasdev. So these 12 personalities, only they know Dharma. You know, what is Dharma? Guhyam, very confidential. Vishuddham, completely pure. Durbodham, very difficult to understand. But anybody who follows them, Yatma Amritamasvati, they will attain immortality. Huh?
Yudhishthira Maharaj did not know that. He said only 12 people knew Dharma. Yudhishthira Maharaj also.
No, it's not. His name is not there. So, this is the essence of today's lecture. We should follow Mahajanayena Gatasupanta. We should follow in the footsteps of Mahajanas. follow dharma, right? Follow dharma. Then Prabhupada wrote in the purport, by the arrangement of Krishna, they have recovered their kingdom because they followed. Krishna is Dharma Priya. Lord Ramchandra is also Dharma Priya. Follow Dharma. Right? There is a story, Bhakta Ramdas, he built a temple. He is a Tahsildar in Khammam district. Then he he was working for Anisha, a Muslim king. He was a tax collector, Tahsildar. And then there is a Swayambhu deity, self-manifest deity of Sitaram Lakshman. Right? So he wanted to build a temple for them. He used that money, which is tax money, which is tax money, which is to be given to Tanisha. Instead he built a temple of Ramchandra, very beautiful temple, Bhadrachalam. Maybe we should go once. Bhadrachalam, near Hyderabad, Khammam district, Hyderabad. Beautiful temple, original deities, Sitaram Lakshman. So later on, somebody complained and they put him in the Golconda jail. If you go to Hyderabad, you can go still there. Golconda, there is a jail where Bhakta Ramdas was tortured. Even now, you can see that place, Golconda Fort. There is a jail. He wrote so many bhajans, beautiful bhajans like Vittal or Tukaram and all that. So Sita ji asked Ramchandra, why are you allowing him to suffer like that? Then Ramchandra replied, did I ask him to steal money and build a temple? He has to suffer for that. You built your own temple only, but did I ask? Adharma ka paisa. They are very Dharma Priya, Ramchandra, Krishna Bhagavan also. Like that. So that is right. That's why Krishna told Duryodhana, don't think that I am supporting Pandavas because they are my Guva's sons. I am supporting them because Dharma is on their side. Okay? Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments?
I had a question that you said that if a person commits two sins, that if a person commits two sins, that drinking alcohol and eating meat, but if he gives up and then comes to Krishna consciousness, then will he be liberated or he will again have to take it?
Depends. You have to perfect, no? If you chant Hare Krishna at the time of death, you should not have any material desires. Even if you have few material desires, Prabhupada said, Krishna is very kind. He will give you birth in Swargaloka or somewhere so that you can enjoy those desires. Very dangerous, keeping desires in the heart.
So, Prabhuji, you said that Bhishma, and you should ask Bhishma, that is the most dangerous. He said that with giving up eating meat,
Austerity. Yeah.
austerity. So now we also hear when Kali approached Parikshit, so he asked that before places to stay. So he asked, said he can take intoxication. So we hear that he didn't find any such place. So how is it that Bhishma is saying that giving up meat eating?
Overall knowledge, there are always people who eat meat, no? Even Bhima ate meat. And Duryodhana and all, they are eating meat.
How is it that Parikshit, Kali didn't find any place?
Slaughterhouses.
Sorry?
Slaughterhouses.
Slaughterhouses.
Otherwise, there are always people who are eating meat. Even some of the Brahmanas also eat meat. GSBs, they eat meat. God serves Brahmin. Once I was close contact with one GSB, very big donor, I used to go to his house and drink some milk and eat some fruit and all that. Usually we don't eat anything meet at his house. Drink water also. Then पता चला बाद में GSB फिश खाता है. मैंने सुना आप तो ब्राह्मण है. मैंने GSB खाता है. उसी से उस टाइम से कभी गए नहीं. अभी तक गए नहीं. कभी कभी बीच में मिलता है. स्वामी जी आते नहीं यहाँ. आप तो मछली खाते हो कैसा आएगा. Any other question, ladies? Okay. So, book distribution is starting. We have 2 stalls in the temple. Gopavanda Prabhu and Sundaras Prabhu will be handling the stall. Please give your time. You come in the evening and distribute books. Please give your names to Sundaras Prabhu or somebody. On which days, how much time you can give. Very good opportunity. Lot of people come. Evenings temple, especially month of December. Lot of people come because holidays. So come forward and distribute books. And also in your colonies or wherever it's possible, you can distribute books. Right? Okay? So 15th November onwards we are starting marathon up to December 31st. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, let's thank Prabhuji by chanting 10 times Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for the wonderful experience. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.